Hi Gems, welcome to your week ahead. So we're going to do a quick check-in for use for energy for this week. Like the video, comment, it really does make a difference. If you want to book a read, it's in the description box below. Okay, so this week we do have the Temperance card reversed. So Temperance card reversed is when we're in a situation where we don't feel balanced, we don't feel good. Our peace can be being stealed. I would also say the Temperance card reversed is somebody who is lacking patience. So this is someone who's out of patience with a situation. Okay, so this could be people around you, it could be something that you're having to tolerate, something you're having to deal with. But for me, the Temperance person reversed is out of patience. This is also somebody who's not feeling good in themselves, they're not feeling good in their energy, because Temperance reversed is our energy. Okay, and when it's reversed, it means we're kind of triggered, we're frustrated. We are coming out of a Mercury retrograde and we are moving in to Aries season, so some of you are going to be naturally feeling a little bit more triggered and a little bit more angry. I definitely think you're taking no prisoners this week. So the Temperance card reversed, this should really add a patience with some people and some situations in your life, and you're definitely not taking no prisoners. Okay, we've got the Page of Swords. I feel like the message here is to not act immature, to not be reactive. The Page of Swords is somebody who's quite reactive, they're quite childish. I think you're going to have a lot of energy behind you. That's good, because energy is a drive. So I would say use these people. So this is stagnation. This is just basically being stagnant, nothing is growing, nothing is moving forward. It could be also the environment you're in and the people around you are just stagnant, they're just doing the same thing on repeat. And this is what's creating the frustration. Okay, so let's see your energy this week. Oh, Queen of Swords reverse. So like I said, I do think that this week you're taking no prisoners. The Queen of Swords is not to be messed with. I do think you need to be careful in yourself though, because this can be making drama or having bad reactions to things. Some of you might need to look at yourself, look at your healing. Okay, we need to change this around. So this is somebody who is looking at the healing, right? But this is not a good combination. This is bad mental health. This is not feeling good in yourself. A lot of you, I'm going to say, with the Temperance card reversed, it's just you're out of patience. That's how I'm seeing it. Like just something you've had to tolerate or something you've had to deal with, or a certain person. You're at your breaking point. Okay. Something is affecting your mental health. It's affecting your well-being. Okay. Yeah, I just feel like you don't want fantasy, you don't want any kind of deceivers. Knight of Cups is people who are in Neptune energy, people who make a lot of promises and then don't deliver. This reversed, you're simply not interested. So I think this is that hard Aries energy, which is, there is weeks where we can kind of just deceive ourselves and go with it, but I feel like this week it's like, you know. You might be quite moody, you might be quite triggered. But are you helping yourself is what I'm seeing here. Are you helping yourself with, you know, the people that are around you? Are you helping yourself with the environments? Some of you, I think the anger is you feel like people are deliberately trying to obstruct you or stop you in some way. And I think this is now starting to create that war-like energy, because remember, Aries represents the sign of war. So this is combative energy. But you're being told in general that somewhere where you are is not good for your peace, it's not good for your mental, it's not good for your sanity, basically. You've got to understand that we live in a society and people love playing games, they're bored. Like, they're bored. And they like playing games, and yeah, I just think you this week, like, you just don't want to be anywhere near that. The other side of the coin is, we have been telling you for a while about upgrading. You know, so the Wheel of Fortune is all about getting into the right time frame, getting into the right timeline. So this is all about upgrading. Some of you might need to start the healing journey, because you can receive these little books and stuff like this. This is basically, and this is planning. Also, Jupiter is coming up in our chart really strongly. So this is focusing on expansion. But I'm going to say with Geminis, like there's just people around you you can't tolerate anymore, you can't stand them. They're so lackluster, like so low frequency. But instead of going to war with people who are just happy and content in the basic, you've got to go to war with yourself. Maybe that's the message here. Instead of wondering why people are doing what they're doing, wonder why you're around people doing what they're doing. Like why you're choosing them. That's what the Wheel of Fortune is. Okay? Also, the Wheel of Fortune is destiny, so it's you're being made uncomfortable because the universe has got a plan for you. Does that make sense? So when the universe is trying to push us out of places, old identities, they're trying to shift us, we're going to be uncomfortable. Because it's no longer about us, it's about the plan that the universe has got for us. So I do get a sense this week, and I'm not saying people are not doing this, like I said, there's a lot of boredom people and this is what they do, but I would focus less on that. It's only going to make you powerless. And also they just want to energy harvest, they just want your focus, they want your energy. This is about taking your power back. It's about taking your power back. It's about connecting to the universe and its plan for you. That's what I'm kind of getting. Okay, so let's look at good stuff this week. This is the 22nd. 7 of Wands, you're taking no prisoners. You know, the 7 of Wands is someone who's standing the ground. The 7 of Wands is someone who, like, they're going to lead by the mouth. Like, this is not someone who's yapping, this is someone who they're going to follow through. The 7 of Wands is letting people know in your life that this is see the line, don't cross it. This is not a joke. But you do need to be careful with the Queen of Swords reversed, because this can be battling people and kind of not being balanced and being a bit over the top and lacking patience and, at the end of the day, everybody's got their own things as well. But the 7 of Wands is basically this Aries energy is going to make you more dominant. Maybe it's people in your life who've been taking the piss, and this is a week where that's going to stop. This is where it's going to stop. And I think we're coming out of Mercury retrograde, and then we're moving into Aries energy. So we're coming out of like a past energy, a passive energy. Our brain we're working very fast. Some of you just feel like people take the piss and you're putting your foot down, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Sometimes you're right and you do have to stand up to people, but just be careful with running over everybody. Be careful with your moods this week. Be careful with projecting onto people, right? See, this is refusing to play mind games, like you're not interested, like you're just not interested. This is focusing on you and the choices you're making, and it's you putting your foot down with people in your life who are stealing your peace. And then there's just some people who it's got to end with these people. They're no longer in alignment with the Wheel of Fortune. I think the Wheel of Fortune came out like 3 times for you. So it came out in your last reading and it came out in the reading before. What does the universe want Geminis to know this week, the 22nd? The 16th to the 22nd. So some of you, someone's got to go. If you're dealing with a masculine, I feel like this masculine is just like he's a joke. He's not solid, he just talks a lot, he's not going to follow through. Okay? This can also be for the Gemini man, that this is you. You're putting your focus and your energy into the wrong direction, and it's just not going to bring nothing good. So I think there's an element of taking responsibility. It's easy to project, it's easy to lose patience, it's easy to get angry. It's much harder to stand up and say, why is this person in my life? Like, why am I there? This can also be going on the road of healing, because someone could be sabotaging from an unhealed place. Okay, so blessings this week for Gemini. This is just a quick read, but it's just an update. I feel like this is also a good read for career this week. So for the Geminis who are wanting a new job, this would be a good time, especially in the middle of the week, to send out your CV or to ask people about jobs. So for Geminis who've been stuck in a rut financially, the other side of the coin is this could be a boss. So this is just someone who puts all kinds of work on your plate, expects too much from you and gives you too little. Okay? The other side of the coin is the blessings in your life or the injustice that people are doing. We've talked about this. The blessings in your life is that you're done. They lose you, you don't lose them. That's it. You know? I feel like anyone who's trying to cause problems, it's just karma. Just as card reversed is karma. So that's why it's important this week with that Queen of Swords reversed and the Temperance reversed. As much as you're losing patience because you know people are doing it deliberately, you need to keep yourself in check. You're not responsible for other people's character and behaviour, but you're responsible for your character and your behaviour. And the model of a true character is how you act when you're tested, how you act when injustice is done against you. That's the model of a true character, right? Some of you like this could be a boss though, okay? For the Gemini man, it could also be seeing you're not really on the correct path, and the Wheel of Fortune is correcting yourself. So this is deciding to heal and to not keep going down the wrong road. Okay. Anything else? Let's have a look. But I would say there's a big, like some of you are just kind of, I do feel like, you know what I just said, a lot of people think they know you. Like a lot of people think they've got your cards marked, and it's just like, you're going to do that Gemini thing where it's like everything that they thought they knew, everything that they thought they were controlling, and it's just blink of an eye. So, yeah, he who laughs loudest, okay? Queen of Wands. Okay, so yeah, some of you, there could be someone who's trying to meddle, or there could be some kind of third party situation, but I think for the Gemini woman, again, I wouldn't even lose sleep over this, because even if there is someone trying to meddle or cause problems, it's just showing you your partner, or it's just showing you who you're dealing with, so I wouldn't worry about this person. I think the good for Gemini this week is focusing on themselves, staying balanced, seeing everything as a mirror. I see, you know, seeing, you know, I feel like you're being shown this week, like, where you're trapped in yourself. Because this is feeling chained to certain people. This can be addictions. But again, everybody is a mirror. So it depends. You can allow people to push you, you can allow them to make you react, or you can look at them as a mirror of what you've got to heal, of the work you've got to do, of where you've got to become unchained. Maybe you're feeling frustrated in a certain environment or a certain job. Like I said, middle week is very good if you put your CV out, if you go out there and inquire about jobs. So there is an element here of you can stay frustrated and you can let this mess with you, or you can say, you know what, this is leading somewhere good. I do think the universe is supporting you at this time as well. But it's also revealing you, and it's revealing people around you. The Hangman. So it's this Pisces energy that's lingering, and then this is somebody who the light bulb goes off. So I also feel like there's a message this week where you see something for what it is, or you see someone for who they are. Because for me, the Hangman energy is kind of see the halo. And this is divine insight. It's basically the divine revealing aspects of you, maybe things you need to heal, maybe where you're going down the wrong road, or certain people around you. But something is definitely coming to light. And if you've been questioning your partner, I feel like this could be around your partner's loyalty. But you're going to be tested this week, and also something is being sent into the light, the Hierophant. Okay. So I would say the Hierophant for me is it's your job. This could also be the government. This can be banks. Maybe some of you are being tested in this way. This could be a relationship. But the Queen of Swords reversed with the Temperance card reversed is not good for Gemini, because it's like you're sending yourself ragged. Some of you it's energy attacks, it's the devil playing his role, but some of you it's kind of you're doing it to yourself with your choices. With the Aries energy, I do think that there's going to be a sense of the universe is supporting you, but you do need to be honest. So you need to look at where you feel trapped, where you feel controlled, where you feel manipulated. Power is always available to you. But I feel like something is going to have to be dealt with this week. because whatever it is, whether it be a relationship or whether it be a job, I feel like for some of you it's a living condition, so it's where you're living, it's a toxic force, it's demonic, and you can't feel peace and rooted and safe in a place like that or around people like that. This can also be a marriage. Some of you could be dealing with a fuckboy, so the devil is just something that is intimate. It's not going to be a relationship, it's not going to be deeper. So it's about honesty. What is stealing your peace? What is messing with your head? Where do you need to take control, basically? Because I feel like the more that you avoid things, the worse that it becomes. Moving into Aries season, so Aries is the planet of war. Okay, so obviously in a war there can be lack, there can be loss, there can be anger, there can be frustration. You know, some of you, this is finances as well, so this could be, you know, banks chasing you or debtors chasing you. There's something you need to correct. Okay, so let's go to you this week. The Three of Swords. You know, the other side of the coin is I do feel like some of you have kind of been led astray, and I feel like some of you really want to move into peace and you want to move into, and so toxic people are becoming insufferable, like they're becoming just boring and insufferable. So the conflict in the world, the drama in the world, or the conflict or drama in your world, or this is people who cause pain and bring conflict, and you just feel frustrated, and it's kind of, that is the win. That is the win. Sometimes you do need those things in your life so that you think, this is not how I want to live my life. I don't want to be around this type of individual. I don't want to be in this type of relationship. This is things like, you know, jobs that kill us, relationships that are one-sided. So there is a big decision for Geminis this week, but you need to take your power back. You need to look at how you're handling things. I wouldn't be the Queen of Swords reverse, because this is just going to feed these toxic forces. I wouldn't do that. The World reversed. And then some of you, the Queen of Swords reversed with the Temperance card reversed, is even though you're in something that's really bad for you, even though something is killing you, even though something is not good for you or someone is not good for you, you refuse to take any action. Okay? So there is toxic forces at play. There is things that are making you feel trapped and in bondage. But with that Queen of Swords reversed and the Temperance card reversed, it's like, where are you not taking accountability that's keeping you in this? Like I said, also with us moving Aries season, this is about action. And sometimes what we do is we go to war with other people because they're the problem, but most people don't do that. They go to war with themselves, right? I think Gemini needs to look at itself and hold itself accountable, and I would say until you leave something behind, or someone, this could be a job, it could be an environment, it could be definitely a certain person, a woman or a man. So I think some of you might be dealing with maybe it's a love child. So in other words, you've got a child with a father, but he's not willing to commit. You need to let this go. You've got to ask yourself, what is the devil in my life? And the devil is where it feels it's negative, it's dark energy, it weighs you down, you know, it enslaves you, it's manipulative. Some of your strong fire sign is coming up. So you might be dealing with Aries. Some of you are just dealing with those devil type people. These people are egocentric, they're controlling, they're manipulative, they have deep issues, very weak characters, right? And yeah, if you play with those type of people, it just ends up endless. Ten of Pentacles is also being in some kind of toxic workplace. So the people there, they could be full of ego, they're driven by money, you know, they're fake, like, it's just not a good place to be. So Geminis need to think about this particular week. Firstly, you've got to stay mentally balanced. Your patience is being tested. And also you're being told that the universe can see this injustice that is being done in your life, because you have the Justice card reversed. So the universe and the powers that be can see what people are doing, and there will be karma for it, right? And then the Wheel of Fortune is about basically even though right now some of you feel like you're being punished or you're being tested, it's happening for you, not to you. The Wheel of Fortune is when destiny is at play. But sometimes for us to change, or for our life to change, we have to be made uncomfortable, right? Or we'll stay in our comfort zone. So the High Priestess this week is, I feel like the overall guidance for you is to be quiet, to seek knowledge, to seek divine wisdom. The High Priestess is someone who's connected to God, right? This could also be you making changes in your life and there's people around you who you don't trust. And so this is keeping things to yourself. Some of you just want to get out of a situation, a job, an environment, a relationship. And so this High Priestess is putting the plans in action, because you can see this with the scroll. She's putting these plans in action and getting ready to move. But this week, I think there's a strong message. See, some of you are being too stubborn yourself. The divine is trying to give you something, right? Because this is divine offering, and this person is like, no, thank you. So some of you this week might need to look at your own fears, your own ego, where you're keeping yourself trapped. Queen of Swords reversed, you can look it up on Google, not the best way to be acting. This is where you're like mentally all over the place, you're not reacting properly, you might be acting bitchy, you might not be dealing with things correctly. Okay, and some of you, like I said, you are having to go to jobs, or you are around people who are deliberately doing this to you. They're kind of playing mind games, and they're trying to steal your peace, and they're trying to steal, it's mind games, but again, I wouldn't play back. Right? And some of you, this could be in family, or like I said, it could be in maybe it's a roommate. Some of you have just got something that's weighing on you, and the universe is saying, come on, you know what you've got to do. Start putting your plans into action, right? Start getting things done. That's the message here. Like some of you already know what your problems are. You already know what the thing is that's stealing your peace and messing with your head, but you're just not taking action. So let me ask where you're blocking yourself this week. Avoidance. I'm going to say the Seven of Swords is avoidance. You're avoiding something, the creative nothing. And then the Hangman is somebody who's passive. You're being too passive, and I think now is the time to set strong boundaries. Now's the time to get up and start fighting, to unattach yourself and for freedom. Also, I think some of you are kind of in a low frequency, and I think that what that does is it gives these forces more power. This is a week to be connected to God, to know that God sees all, that God will correct all. You don't have to take care of your enemies. You don't have to take care of the devil. God will do that. Your job this week is to act right. Right? The cup is that you're also being given opportunity, you're being given signs, but you're rejecting it. So it's kind of the person who sits there complaining about the life. They complain about the people in the life, but they're not doing nothing to change the life. God can't do nothing for you. He can't make you do it, right? So this week I do think there's a sense of Gemini pulling the socks up and taking accountability. And some of you, I do think there's just a lot going on. You feel very trapped, you feel very stuck. Part of you's kind of like, I don't know where to start. Like, where do I even start? You just start. Because the divine is supporting you. Jupiter is in your chart right now, so there's a lot of opportunity for luck and expansion, and it definitely around homes, definitely around location, right? But I'm getting with some of you, you just kind of feel like what you've got to deal with is too big, it's too heavy, it's too dark, but it's really not. It's all about mindset. And I think as well, the more that you keep yourself where you are and you don't confront, you're going to feel much more aggressive, you're going to be much more bitchier, you're going to be saying things, you're just not going to be in a good place. Okay, final message for this week. And then we've got the High Priestess again. So it's a week to seek knowledge, it's a week to be quiet, it's a week to meditate, it's a week to look at where you can control what you can control. And for some of you, it's a week to start putting plans in action, because the universe is supporting you to leave a relationship, leave a place, or leave a job. And it's very powerful for a new job or new money this week. Like the video and comment, it really does help. And if you want to read it, it's in the description under the video or in the comments. I'll speak to you soon.